We're all getting checks with $1,200 if you made less than $75,000 last year or for 2018. Guys, this is actually some pretty crazy times. I did not expect this bill to actually go through, but the $2 trillion stimulus bill actually passed in response to the global pandemic that is going on right now. For anyone who's not up to date with the information, this basically means that we're all getting checks for $1,200 if you made less than $75,000 in the year of 2018 or for the year of 2019. Now, if you made more money in 2019, people are recommending that you do not file your taxes yet, so they actually pull out of your 2018 report. Regardless of the decision you make, most people are going to be able to get paid in this situation. They say it's going to take about 3 weeks for people to actually receive this check. I'm guessing it's going to take probably a month. Now, I'm not going to cover the exact details in this video about if you qualify for it, the calculator you need to use, or the exact specific details on everything else and why this is happening. But if you guys want to check out those videos, a lot of other YouTubers, I know Graham's made it, Sebi's made it, Ben's made one, Ryan Scribner, my other man, he actually made one too on this. And there's a lot of good content and information on more further details pertaining to exactly what's going on with the stimulus package. So if you guys want to learn more about that, check those things. But in today's video, what we're going to do is cover exactly how you guys should use this money. If you guys use this money to invest, the best way for you guys to do that, and what you guys should really do once you do receive this check. Now, first things first, before I even get started with this video, I'm going to say, I know that there are going to be a majority of people out here that do use this check just for like personal consumer items. Like they're going to go out there, buy 3 pairs of Yeezys with this, or they're going to buy a new Xbox with this, or get Animal Crossing and every little accessory that comes with that game. I know that most people are going to think that way and use it for that. I'm here to convince you guys otherwise. Please do not use this just for entertainment. Please use this in a beneficial way, not maybe just for your present self, but even your future version too. They'll thank you as well. And I'll share with you guys exactly how you guys can do that. The most important thing, if you do get this check, use this check to provide yourself food, get food out on the table, make sure your bills are covered for that month, and use it to survive. I think life comes first before anything else, before investing, before paying off any type of debt. Make sure you are in your home right now. You're not going to get kicked out of your house, and you have money to be able to survive. If you're able to use this just to live, just to get by, I think that is the most important thing you guys can do. The next best thing I recommend you guys to really do is to pay off any debts that you guys may have that have a high interest. Now, during this very unique time, the government is actually allowing exceptions in terms of student loan repayments, forgivenesses. They're doing a lot of things, even car, auto, and even credit card issuers. So, normally what I would say is to put this money aside, put it towards a debt that's going to accumulate you the highest amount of interest. Usually that's going to be credit cards. And I recommend doing that just because it's going to yield you one of the highest investments back right away. So you don't have to worry about putting your money in the stock market, trying to time different things, and then pulling it out a year or two later. If you want an immediate amount of money back that you save, it's going to be the debt that you may have. A really good example to think about is if I had a card like the Chase Freedom card, I have 20% interest on it, and I have a $2,000 balance. Although right now credit card consumers are waiving interest and late fees and minimum payments, what I could do is have that money set aside and still put it towards that debt, because after this period is over, you still don't want to be paying off more debt that you may have. Pay off your debt. You're going to save yourself the most amount of money. You may not feel, a reward of $1,200 coming in. You may not see that increase in your bank account, but your future self will thank you for that. That's how you guys get the best investment back right now. It's to pay off your high consumer debt. Okay, so say you have little to no debt, or the debt you may have, there's no time constraint on it. You have a good amount of time to pay it off, and that's just not your priority. The next thing I recommend you guys to do is to look into leveraging other people's money to create more money. So think about this. We're getting a check right now for $1,200. Some people are going to be able to use this check, invest it properly, and make way more money coming out of it. So I know a lot of people might just throw this in a high yield savings account or a checking account, but that is actually not something I recommend at the moment. The only time I would recommend you putting this money aside is in case you need it as backup for a future instance. So say you're not sure exactly how everything is going to pan out, use this money to save this money in case you need it as an emergency fund in the future. But I would not save this money just to let it grow, because right now what the feds are doing is they're cutting rates. They're cutting rates at a historical rate right now. And even if you get, let's say on a very, very conservative number of 2%, if you're getting 2% off just $1,200, That's only $24 in a whole year. You guys can make that amount by just not eating out for one single day. So really, I don't believe putting your money in a high yield saving account just to let that money mature. It's not the way where you're going to be a millionaire right now. I feel like that's okay to do. Like I said, if you need a rainy day fund, but it's not what I recommend primarily. So there are plenty of other finance apps right now. There are investing apps. There are crypto apps. There's bank apps and bank accounts where you guys can sign up and get something called a welcome bonus. This is often where you get money, you deposit it in, and they give you like this incentive or a welcome bonus. And I recommend actually using this money for that, especially if you have a lot of time on your hands. You don't have to pay off any debt. Money's still coming in. You don't have to worry about bills. And this is just a free $1,200 to you. So really the concept of this would be called OPM, or leveraging OPM in order to create additional wealth. Now, there are some people who are going to take this as like, okay, Brian, like let me get my $1,200 check and then slap it on a casino table or play blackjack online with it and see how much I can grow this. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about risking your money. I'm talking about strategically using this money in order to get a ROI back. Okay, easiest way to put this is, say we have the $1,200 check and we found different accounts that we can open that require a certain minimum amount to deposit. Now, some good examples of some popular apps right now is something like Webull. Webull is basically Robinhood's competitor. I know a lot of people right now are switching off from Robinhood over to Webull after the whole leap year stuff happened and people couldn't access the app. And Webull basically has an incentive right now where you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $500 if you just deposit $100 in. So hypothetically, say that we actually deposit this money and say we put in $100, which is about less than 10% of our check. We put that in and then we get 2 stocks. Now, I'm not guaranteeing everyone's going to get an additional $500 stock from it, but you still are just leveraging someone else's money and getting a guaranteed result back. So if you get 2 free stocks, say they're both worth on average $10, maybe $20, and you have 2 stocks that are both worth $30 each, you just got $1,230 instead of the regular $1,200 amount. Now, there are other bank accounts and other finance apps that you guys can use. Crypto.com is another one of them. This is actually something that I've been using for quite a while, and you get $50 if you sign up using someone's referral link program. Now, with something like that, you just deposit a minimum amount and then you get your $50 back. Or another thing is SoFi. They give you $75 back if you guys make 2 deposits of $500 or more. Now, this is one whole check, so you're really gonna have to find another direct deposit stream or maybe another check that you can add to it, but that's another $75 right there. And what you guys will notice is that these amounts start adding up, especially when you start getting into stocks and into crypto, into these bank welcome bonuses. These things really start adding up and you can use this money to make more money. Now, what I'm gonna do is have these listed down below in the description. If you guys do get your check, if you guys are trying to fund it and you're not trying to use your own money, this $1,200 check is a perfect time to be able to fund these different accounts. And if you do not like them, just pull it out. Just sell your stocks, pull it out, cash it out. That is free money right there. I think a big disclaimer though is make sure you guys do read the fine print. Make sure you guys don't have to pay any penalty, and you can do that. Now, although that is a good strategy and you still can make a good amount of money doing that, there is only so much money you can do by just opening accounts and then moving that money around and keep doing that. It's free money, but it still takes a little bit more work. But if you guys are really looking to make a lot more money, if you guys are really trying to get this $1,200 and make it just something incredible, what I recommend you guys to do is to invest in yourself. I know this is very cliche. I know you guys may have heard this 1,000 times in the entrepreneurship community. Invest in yourself. Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know what that wasn't even he doesn't even talk like that. Invest in yourself. When I say invest in yourself, think about that business venture you always wanted to do. Think about that blog you always wanted to make, but you just couldn't commit to it. Use this $1,200 to maybe hire a freelance graphic designer or a web developer, or maybe use this to buy some inventory for your first potential business that you've always wanted to start. You can use this $1,200 to not only stimulate the economy by creating your own small business, but you can really do this to fuel your own passion at a very high ROI. So if it came down to me, if I'm getting this check for $1,200, what I would do, in my opinion, is to get more books that maybe I could not afford before, or invest this into different programs, into different mentorships and different courses. Now, I'm someone who's never gotten a mentorship or a course or a program. I've just never bought from anyone. I've just read everything I know online from watching YouTube videos, from reading books, from just taking in more information through Reddit and different forums. But this is a really good time to invest invest in yourself, really push yourself, trust yourself just a little bit, and use this money to fuel yourself to become a better version. Here's the thing, you're not gonna see a clear immediate investment back. You're not gonna, you buy a book and then boom, like $1,000 show up in your bank account. That's not how it works. But you invest in these things knowing that in the long-term projection, in the future, you're gonna be better. You're gonna be a better person, and that future version will thank you. I'm gonna have to say this one more time. Please do not buy toys or entertainment, like things that you do not need. Please don't do that. Please use this money to better yourself. And if you already have enough money and you don't need it for whatever reason, you can always donate this money too. There are going to be people who are going to be struggling during this time. This is really going to be a make it or break it season. I predict this to go on for about a month or two at least. And if you guys have family members that may not be as financially secure, think about donating your money to them or giving your money or just saving it for that rainy day. But the last thing I recommend people to do, please don't buy that design. You guys don't need the LV pocket organizer. No one's going out, okay? We're not gonna be going out for the next few months, I predict, in my opinion anyways. Unless a vaccine comes out or something, like that's not gonna happen. So guys, please be smart with your money. Please invest in yourself. Chances are if you're watching this video right now and if the algorithm ever decides to pick something up like this, hopefully I can reach a new target of people and let them know and share this information too. There's so many better ways to use this money than to buy things that you guys don't need. All right, guys, that is my video though on what you guys should do with the $1,200 stimulus check if you guys do receive it. Make sure you guys share this with your friends and drop a like on this video if you guys have not yet already. Be safe out here, be healthy. Guys, I really hope this video did help you guys out. Let me know down below in the comments what you plan on using your $1,200 stimulus bill check for. I'm really curious to hear that. Like always, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Peace. Boom.